Welcome to the Backroom Crew. This is the Backroom Podcast, and we are, well, who am I? I'm DB, and with me we have Brandon.
What's up?
We have Andre.
Yo.
And we have Wes.
Hello.
Alright, and today we're just going to talk about, pretty much, let's go ahead and start off with news that we've seen, or, like game news that we've heard about and everything. One of the things
I don't know. I always start off with something that you guys can just immediately jump into. Why don't you start off with Pokemon talk? Because you said that you wanted to talk about it all week. Yeah. Might as well get started on that. Get a good rolling conversation going.
That's what I was going to start with. That's the news that I've seen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind. I'm just fading in the background now.
And if we're gonna go with that kind of news, I haven't seen a whole lot lately. Mm-hmm. However, I heard that they're bringing back the new speed bike, or bringing back the speed bike and slow bike feature, where you alter the speed of the bike. I also heard that they're bringing in a bunch of new mega evolutions, including mega Mudkip, mega Sceptile.
Yeah.
And then to top that off, the Groudon and Kyogre are supposed to be getting new forms as well. Something called like Awakened form or Ancient form, something like that. Mm-hmm. And it's supposed to be like their primal form, where they were at the as if they went back in time and gained their full power back.
Yeah. Well, pretty much, yeah. In Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, there are going to be new features, and pretty much features that they brought back from the third generation, such as the bike, and they're also bringing back secret bases. And in the in the secret bases, you can also do some of the games and stuff that you could do in Generation 4, like capture the flag and stuff like that. And pretty much they said that secret bases are going to be like your gym, like your own personal gym.
I don't understand what you mean by personal gym.
Well, you remember how you could battle, people in your secret base if you had their friend, like if you were friends with them or whatever like that, and you would visit their secret bases. Yeah. Pretty much, if you visit another person while they're at their secret base online, then you can pretty much battle them, and I think get some type of points or stuff like that, and it'll probably be a point system set up if you beat them in their secret base.
Well, that'd be pretty cool.
Pokemon has really grown since when I first started playing, because I started playing back in what games were they? It was I played, was it Diamond and Pearl, and I tried Leaf Green for a while back, but that was a little distance ago. No, but they really they stepped up their game as far as player interaction with other players. Multiplayer. Sorry.
I have to
what's that?
And I was saying I totally agree with you on that. I've been playing since the days of Red and Blue. From way back when.
Yeah.
One of the biggest features about the game was the ability to be competitive and whatnot with friends. And
right. And now
she comes out, they add something
other all of these other features and whatnot. I kind of was hoping that they would have went a lot more in depth with the multiplayer in the last game, which they did a really good job on. As far as, I guess replayability as well, because one of my friends over here played it, and he really wasn't, he didn't really hold on to it as quick. And things like the Wonder Trade and everything really kind of made it a little, it made it fun, but at the same time, I guess you really had to be about the tournament playing or the, really going out there. It would be nice to see them implement a online server kind of, you can play and battle people, over.
Well, there's the thing. They have that. It's called Battle Spot. You can battle people online either in free battle or in raiding battle. And pretty much...
Well, then I missed that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, pretty much the playability of the game is, like, way more than what it was in the past. Like, you can pick up the game, beat it, and then pretty much use the time to either breed Pokemon, trade, build up your Pokedex, or, you know, actually, you know, train to beat other players and everything. And they have so many, like, teams and everything like that, you don't have to just stick with the same team that you used to beat the Elite Four. You can use other Pokemon, other teams, like, specific and everything like that.
True. I don't know. I guess, like, before, I just found it a little hard to... I mean, you know, where you had to go around and see if your buddy had the same game or not, or y'all were both playing, you know, Pokemon and say, hey, come on, straight. You know, it depends on where you're at, or at least it used to. You know, your pool was small, so you really had to, unless you were going, like I said, to conventions or whatever, you know, you couldn't really get into it like how you would imagine you would be able to get into the game.
Well, even when they started off and they had the promos for it, they would show the promos for, like, kids all over the world, like, with, like, you know, 3D Pokemon beside them and everything like that. And they would say, like, I play Pokemon or whatever like that. There's, like, in multiple different countries and everything like that. And the game X and Y was released on the same date around the world. So pretty much when you got your game, everybody else got their game. So, you know, you didn't have to worry about Japan getting theirs first, or, you know, Europe getting theirs first, or whatever. So they really made it like a worldwide thing, worldwide event. You know, sometimes Japan and Asia, they still get, like, special Pokemon over the North America and Europe, but, you know, they made it pretty much equal, you know, all in the same.
Yeah, I was very appreciative of that myself. I mean, I was surprised because normally Japan gets the game like a year before we do.
Yeah.
I mean, that year makes a huge difference on everything.
Yeah. And I think for Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, I think they're going to do the same thing. And it's pretty much, they're making everything better with it. Another thing, you were talking about Mega Evolutions, that they're actually making more Mega Evolutions. One of them, they said, is going to be Mega Sableye, and another one is going to be Mega Metagross. Yeah. Yeah, and Mega Metagross. So,
did you say Mega Mecha?
Oh, well, he is a mecha, but Metagross.
Okay, I was gonna say Mega Mecha Metagross. There's something wrong there.
Nah.
Actually, no. That sounds like how it should be. Just have a freaking giant Metagross out there. That'd be awesome.
I know a lot of people would be having a really good day.
Oh yeah. But I mean,
ban list quick.
Yeah. Actually, have you heard anything about them potentially doing a sequel to Pokemon Conquest?
I have not heard it. Yeah.
Because that actually, I don't know. I like the idea.
Really?
Yeah, the Pokemon Conquest was...
It is literally using Pokemon for a purpose other than cockfighting.
Yeah.
Why does that not seem like a really good idea?
I mean, yeah.
I thought it was fascinating myself when I first found it. You know, like the whole Pokemon mixed in with Dynasty Warriors to try and so you're basically playing to unify Japan or China.
Yeah. Somewhere
Nobunaga
in Asia, obviously, because it's always in Asia.
Right.
Is it? I heard it was based off of Nobunaga's ambition.
It was based off of Nobunaga's campaign.
Okay.
But let's see here.
But yeah, like the whole, like when you were talking about secret bases, I'm like, why don't they take, you know, just a little something from just a little something, not too much, but just a little something from like Pokemon Conquest and just meld it in.
Like what, for example?
Because they've already experimented with it. It doesn't seem like it would be a bad idea, and it would foster the formation of clans and the like.
Well, I don't think that's beyond Pokemon because when you think about it, the Mega Evolution in itself is a ripoff of Digimon and Monster Hunters, I believe. I believe in Digimon, in Digimon you can digivolve into like, different forms and everything like that. But
come on, DB, you should know this. You did a segment on it.
Yes, I did.
Are you kidding me? I bet you I could do it better. I did a 14-page paper on it.
Oh, really?
Yes.
How come you didn't tell me?
Gauntlet's been thrown down. DB, someone's coming for your crown. What you gonna say?
We got a badass over here.
I still have the 14-page paper if you want the proof.
I know. I believe you. But I mean, I'm just saying that, yeah, Pokemon ripped off Digimon with the Mega Evolutions, like, a lot.
I agree with you there. Yeah. I thought the same exact thing when I saw that.
Yeah. And from what I read, they said that actually Pokemon wanted to put more evolutions in it before. They wanted to, keep going with the evolutions and stuff, but I don't think they could have programmed it in the game right then, Like with the Game Boy technology.
Remember, Game Boy cartridge size limits are a thing.
Yeah.
Well, all of that goes back into what I was saying about Pokemon before. Well, rather, the diversity. The diversity right now it's okay. They started to implement a lot of...
The diversity is okay? Dude, there's over 700 of the Blighters.
No, it's not enough. Think about it.
I'm sorry,
or
did
rather,
you say 700 ankle biters?
Of the Blighters.
Oh.
I'm sorry, is my slang foreign to you?
No, it cut off on a moment on my end, so I had to try and piece together what you said.
You can say ankle biters too.
As far as with gender, they've done it a little bit, but I would imagine that they would want to do a gender of each, a gender diversity of each.
This isn't
Pokemon.
Sidonia, where the Pokemon get to choose their genders later on.
What are you talking about? They do have they have different gender types for Pokemon and everything like that. Like Hippowdon, I believe. Like between the genders, they're two different colors.
I know they have them. I'm just saying they don't have them for every Pokemon.
Like only certain ones actually display a gender difference.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that's what you're getting at, is that you would like to see a wider variation in those gender differences. Like boobs.
That or like what's his name?
Like who?
Scyther. Freaking Scyther.
Yeah. Well, for
that
one
doesn't
thing,
have a female version of it. It would
yes,
be
they
sweet.
do. They do have a female version of it. The female version has a longer.
There is a difference in it. The hindquarters is shorter on the male and longer on the female.
Yeah, the bottom part, I believe, is.
But see, it's not distinct enough for the viewer who isn't catchy enough to, or rather, watching it like that. You gotta have it maybe a different color or.
But remember why? So basically, are you saying that you just want the Pokemon to have visual differences so that people can tell the difference between the Pokemon?
That would be nice. Yeah.
Well, that brings me to one thing.
That's silly though. Because
that brings me to one thing, though.
Real creatures, then they wouldn't be visually distinct for humans. They'd be visually distinct for themselves.
But then again, I might have to eat my own words, also because in nature, there are certain species, well, mostly in insects or, with reptiles or anything like that, where the diversity is distinctly towards the genital area rather than the actual physical appearance. Mating is done without specific, traits or like callings or whatever.
Are our viewers really wanting to know this kind of information?
Yeah. So what you're saying?
They base Pokemon off. Well, rather I'm not sure if they based it off of actual animals or not, but whenever you're dealing with anything involving evolution or anything like mating or anything like that, you have to think about these things.
So in hindsight, what you're saying is
really. I mean, all of them lay eggs.
Hey, Andre, 1 second. So in hindsight, what you're saying is you want to see Pokemon do it.
No.
That's what you're saying.
Just go to Gelboro.com.
I'm just saying, as a show, you would think, or rather as a story, they might want to go a little bit more in the diversity of the species. That's all.
It's okay, Wes. If you
cut you
want to watch Pokemon, do it. You can, The internet is a thing.
It's called yiffing.
You guys,
Rule
wow.
34, there it exists.
Yiffing.
But first, to cut this, the creator did want this originally to be a very dark, very mature thing. But when the people that bought the license for it found that they could target to a younger audience and get it to blossom even further through that, he was kind of banned from doing anything. So he kind of had to hide in the undertones. He's not allowed to bring those other sides out anymore.
Can you imagine seeing a naked Nurse Joy?
Okay.
Yeah, it's called Gelboru.
Yeah.
Oh.
But
I don't have
Again,
to imagine.
internet, Wesley. It is a thing.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well-
you're right. It is.
Well, you were talking about gender differences, Wesley. A thing that they're gonna do in Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, you can actually dress your Pokemon in different clothing. Like, kind of how they had like, remember in Ruby and Sapphire, they had the beauty contest and everything like that? Well,
yeah.
Yeah, well, pretty much, you can dress your Pokemon in clothing in order to help with the contest and everything.
Huh.
Okay. Now,
Now all I have is this image in my head of Peter Griffin, like, slathering, like, a Rattata and, like, fucking makeup and screaming, "Look pretty for me."
Wow.
Alright, along the same subject, do we know if they're going to bring back the character customization where you can alter your character's appearance?
They have not said anything about that yet. They have not said anything.
Because I'm hoping that they bring that
You can
back.
make a pretty female, dude. It's okay.
I mean,
Hey,
you would
man.
have to think that they wouldn't get rid of their main selling mechanic. Well, one of the main selling
I thought
mechanics.
one of the main mechanic was freaking cock battles.
Well, no, like, they added, in X and Y, they added, like, character customization to where you can, like, have different skin tones, different hair color, different hair length, and, like, different clothing and everything.
Essentially, you can make it feel like you actually put yourself in the game for once.
Yeah. Kind of like, remember how kind of like they did with CJ and San Andreas? Kind of like that.
It's hilarious that the one game, the game that's set in America is also the game that gives people the ability to, like, change how they look.
Yeah.
It wasn't set in America, it was set in France.
Yeah, it was.
It was set in France.
Even better. I don't know. Like, I have a Nintendo 3DS.
You fail. But
What a scrub. Get off of the podcast.
shun this man.
Shun.
Whatever. You guys don't know how wonderful the Vita is.
Well,
Yeah.
speaking of that,
It's just not in the repertoire or price range right now.
speaking of that, I actually saw some news on the Vita saying that they're going to
Oh?
cut down their games, like the games that they're bringing out in America. Like, they're actually only going to bring out like A-list games in, Japan, and kind of cut them back in America. And that's because, the market is more things that they can do with the Japanese market than they can with, foreign markets.
That and the overall market for Vita isn't really all that strong. Well, the handheld market's actually been getting weaker over the last couple of years. Have you noticed?
Well, for anything that isn't the 3DS.
I mean, but that's only
No,
because...
even the 3DS, the market isn't as good as previous generations.
They're
I
trying
don't-
to, with the
I didn't-
handhelds over here, they're trying to put what you can do on consoles on handhelds. And they're kind of just doing third party, in which, I mean, it's a good ploy in certain instances, but they don't really transfer well. Think of like the Assassin's Creed game. They kept trying to hype that up on Vita, but it really wasn't hitting hard from what I understand, I mean, and the interconnectability from, Vita to PlayStation 4 and whatever, that's cool. It's cool features, but you're pushing a product that's in itself, it should be something different than what you made it to be. At least that's what I think.
Another thing to take into consideration is the first gen, second gen PSPs have all the customizable games that we have loved and enjoyed for so many years, you don't need a Vita or anything new to get back onto Final Fantasy VII or any of the older SNES games that you really liked.
Really, all you need is a PSP, and you can do all of that.
Exactly. Why buy the new shit if you can get the old shit that you like just as much for free?
Yeah.
Or for a drastically reduced price.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Because we are all law-abiding and upstanding citizens here.
Oh yeah, we don't
Oh.
hack
Totally.
PSPs. We don't jailbreak PSPs and put, like free games on them. None of us do that. Oh, that's not a
No,
thing.
no.
That's not a thing.
No, that's bad.
Yes, we
bad
do.
business.
We don't do that. That's not a thing. At
Hey, you okay with it? You sound like you're allergic to something.
all. Allergic to bullshit.
Well, maybe you should stop standing around cows all day.
Right?
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah, no, the whole nostalgia market's really a big thing, and you have to kind of blame the companies for their pricing, because it's far too aggressive.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
you want to make some
if you take a look at even as bad as Steam has been lately, if you go on the Steam store, you can still get a freaking 80-hour epic for like $5. But if you go on the PlayStation store, like a 10-plus-year-old game like Final Fantasy VII, is still rocking like $10.
Yeah.
They already made all the money they're gonna make. Everything they could have dropped that down to $2 and still made money off of it. Hell, they might make more because now it's just you can just get it. It's not like anybody's buying it for the graphics.
games to phones.
Oh, they're doing it for the nostalgia
They
feature.
are doing that, yes.
And come on, it's Final Fantasy VII, so the nostalgia feature on it is going to be, better than anything else.
Speaking of nostalgia, I found out the other day that the people that created what was it Legend of Dragoon,
Yeah.
they actually got license and the go ahead with Dragoon 2.
Okay.
Yeah, I found that out the other day. They're talking about it now, and they said that it's probably going to either be released on the PS3 or the PS4.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna be the
That
eternal
was my very first
noob, I guess here, but
introduction
I
into
just
JRPG.
I don't get what's so great about Legend of Dragoon. I really don't.
It was
I
my
hate you
first
right now.
introduction. Legend of Dragoon popped my JRPG cherry. All right,
Nice.
it was freaking awesome.
Did it feel good?
It was
Yes,
Power Rangers.
It felt amazing. It hurt a little bit. I mean, you got to figure out the controls, but after that, smooth sailing, man.
Yeah.
I liked it. There was
They get rough with
once
you?
you got the rhythm down, there was like so much you could do with it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Then you could even customize how the character played to your liking,
Yes.
and like just some of those skills that like the dragon skills you could learn. Some of them were just absolutely bullshit, and it just made you feel like a little kid.
I like the timing aspect. Actually.
I mean, don't get me
It
wrong.
did.
I'm with Andre. Like, I haven't played it, but
Well, you
I still
should.
have an unscratched mint condition copy of that game sitting in my house.
did you play it?
I did play it. I played the holy hell out of that game.
But
Dude,
it's
don't come
But I
around
unscratched.
also
now.
took
We're playing
extreme
it.
care of it.
Would you say it's better than Xenogears? Would you say it's better than Xenogears?
I say it's on par with Xenogears.
Bullshit.
What?
Hey, I know that you're biased because Xenogears is one of your favorite of all time games.
I'm sorry, but the story in Xenogears is really good, and it doesn't rely on magic Power Rangers.
Magic. What?
If Xenogears is like if you took Evangelion and then you combined it with Gundam. That sounds amazing, right? What would you say? Like, if you had to compare, if you had to figure out what was in what is it, Legend of Dragoon? How would you combine it? Like, what would it be? Like,
If I had to compare,
Combined.
yeah, it's like,
what things would I combine to?
like if
basically
Xenogears
describe
is
Legend?
essentially, if it's essentially Evangelion and Gundam Wing mixed together, then what would be, Legend of Dragoon?
Elfin lied, and as much as I hate to admit it, Power Rangers.
Final Fantasy.
I'm sorry. Do you not remember the gruesome pieces towards the end?
Elfin, you're talking about Elfin Lied and Power Rangers combined together?
Okay, if you took some of the stuff that happened towards there and that one scene with the character being turned to stone and then shattered, yes, I would add a little bit of Elfin Lied into it.
Very tiny.
Okay, Nick's over here arguing with me. Saying it's not enough to be Elfin Lied. What would you say it is then?
I'd have to think about it a little longer.
He says he has to think about it. He'll come back on that.
Okay. I love Elfin
haven't-
Lied.
I don't know. Like, I have to agree, because Elfin Lied is a very special kind of fucked up.
Okay, Elfin Lied is a very special kind of fucked up. I will have to get back to you because I have not taken the time to kind of think that's one of those things I would have to think about. But I do not fully agree with the whole Power Ranger comparison.
I can
It
say
is
right now-
Power Rangers. If not Power Rangers, then maybe like Gotcha Man.
Gotcha, man.
No, because they don't have to transform just to whoop ass in that game. The
So are
trans-
they also transform to sing ballads and sonnets? I mean,
No.
Actually, they do.
magical
There's
armor.
one that does. There is one that does. But in general, like when they transform, the transformations don't last long. You get, I think, 5 turns at most, and you have to make the most of what you can from that. And when you use certain moves, it would shorten that time down.
What you can do with those moves, though, it's pretty hogwash.
And it is pretty hogwash. But unlike Power Rangers, the Power Rangers don't have that same kind of limitation up to them.
That's why it's combined with Power Rangers.
Okay. I'm gonna have to go back and check this game
Actually, I
out.
would say Monster Hunter and Power Rangers.
I would believe Monster Hunter and Power Rangers to an extent.
Okay. So, I'm guessing you're like really excited for this, like Legend of Dragoon 2. Did they say who it's being made by?
By it's the lead director is one of the original team members that made the first one.
Okay.
So we'll have to see what goes from there.
Okay.
That's all I honestly know about it, and I heard that from somebody who was read the article on the announcement.
Okay.
You sure it's not like some like goof announcement?
If it is, it's gonna suck. You know what? Well, since we're on it, Legend of Dragoons.
Like I'm looking through it right now. Just a bunch of question marks by it and everything like that. I see one about Sony talks about cancel the Legend of Dragoon 2, and then a petition for Legend of Dragoon 2.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it either.
Yeah. Last thing I seen, it says canceled as a DLC. Something canceled as DLC for it. So,
Yeah, it says Dart from Legend of Dragoon was canceled DLC for PlayStation All Stars. That sucks, because that would have been awesome.
So should I not make a I'm ready for this game to come out t-shirt, or should I not do that at all?
I will find out where this person had heard about it, and I will get back to everybody, because he's in my class. So,
okay.
Stop playing with my emotions, Brandon. What's wrong with you?
Hey, I'm sorry. I didn't take the time to do the research after he announced it.
Well, with research, let's talk about a little bit of games that we've probably played and went to this week.
Oh my goodness, I have been hooked on a game called Summoner's War.
Summoner's War.
It's for Android and iOS. And it's unlike all the other games that we play and we just sit there and it's like a mindless little game where you just keep going and going and just do your dailies and walk away. This game lets you play if you strategize enough, you can pretty much play this game until the battery life on your phone dies. And essentially the premise behind
is it like, can you make any choices? Because that's the reason why I tend to avoid phone games. Like, when the fight starts, it's essentially on autopilot, and you can't technically control anything.
There are 3 types of fighting in this game. There's 100% manual, there's 100% auto, and then there's semi-auto. Semi-auto means that you let your team go on autopilot, but you tap what monster or opponent on the screen you want your monsters to focus on. You can even tap on one of your own, and so that they focus on making sure that one is okay.
How do you have a fully automatic video game? Oh yeah, fully autopiloted video game. How does that work?
It's fully autopiloted battle, not so much game. It's just a battle. Like the battle system, you have manual where essentially you pick it's turn-based and based on the speed of your monsters. Like, if your monster's fast enough, it can essentially get 2 moves in 1 turn. And essentially, when the monster's turn comes up, it gives you a list of their skills, and you tap which of their skills you want to use, and then who you want to use it on. And see, some of their moves have cooldowns, and then they have their base attack, and then they have moves that have cooldowns, and some of them even have passives. And so basically you just use it as you need to, and you choose what you want it to do. Then you have auto, where auto essentially says you press play, and the game makes decisions based on a personal algorithm where the game has like a form of rock, paper, scissors mechanism, and based on which opponent your monster has a better chance of taking down, your monsters will either focus fire on that one, or they'll focus on the ones they think they can take down, and they'll decide for themselves what they think is the best. They don't just attack at random, they attack based on probability. And then the semi-auto, it takes that same algorithm, keeps it going, but you then control who they focus on.
I guess I just like the idea of a game playing itself while I watch it.
It is actually quite fascinating. You can play it at 1 times speed, 2 times speed, or 3 times speed.
YouTube it.
Give me a sec. I'm going to, forgive me for this, but I'm quoting Nick here. I'm going to YouTube it. And I'll show you guys what I'm talking about.
Okay. I don't know what that means, but... Okay.
Anti-Semitism!
Have you played anything, Andre, in the meantime?
Drakengard.
Drakengard 3?
Yeah. That first ending is always sad. It's no near. There's no vague sense that you personally fucked everything up. It's just kind of, oh, hey, it's Drakengard, so everything's fucking.
Okay.
What is that?
Yeah, somebody's squirreling.
I don't hear it anymore, but I put mine on mute, and even while it was on mute, it was still going.
Wesley?
Yo, what's up?
Were you doing anything?
Not really. Are we good?
Yeah, we're good. You played any games this past week?
Here.
I know you have.
This is a very short gameplay video. Give you a base idea of stuff you can do in the game.
Wait, how are we showing people the video? We're only using face cards here.
You guys can see what I'm talking about.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Essentially, the best way that I can describe this, if we're gonna play the little let's combine games and thing that we've been doing, If you were to take Pokemon, Monster Rancher, and fuck, what was that other one I was just thinking about the other day? Huh? And we're gonna say just for now, Monster Rancher and Pokemon, and smash them together. That is essentially the type of game you're playing here, where it leans more on the Monster Rancher side than it does on the Pokemon side. And I don't know if any of you guys know what Monster Rancher is.
Well, I do know what Monster Rancher is.
I've seen the cartoon.
Yeah, I've seen the cartoon.
I'm referring to the game. The game is a lot better than the cartoon. However, don't get me wrong, the cartoon was good.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? They had the stone discs and the wisecracking rabbit in that weird eyeball thing.
I like Golem. Golem was cool.
Golem was the best.
Yeah.
Golem was pretty cool.
What are you talking about? Golem was the only one who could do anything.
Well, no, the wolf. What was his name? The wolf one.
Tiger.
Tiger, yeah, Tiger. Oh yeah.
The wolf named Tiger.
Yeah, his name was Tiger.
That's a little confused, isn't it?
Just a bit. Let's see, there was Tiger, Hare, Suezo, Golem, and Mochi. And then, like, later on, you had to deal with, like, some of the other stuff, like Worm, not Golem, but, Golly. And I was a big fan of that game back in the day.
Yeah.
Are you seriously getting a secondary erection over this character?
Whoa, okay. But, alright.
Wait, what?
I have to say...
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, weren't we asking me about the games that I played?
Yeah, we were.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I was trying to get a word in, but then Brandon...
I'm sorry.
I'm just joking. I'm just joking. No. But I did get a chance to catch that final episode of
Go ahead.
The Wolf Among Us.
The Wolf Among Us? Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
What's that about?
Okay, I have to say I haven't really played any of the Telltale games, but The Wolf Among Us, that's good. That's good. I like it. Wes loaded up the first chapter a little while ago. I just beat the second chapter yesterday. Yeah, it's good stuff.
What system?
He has
all of them.
He has an Xbox. Like,
you can get it offline. It's just like the Walking Dead game. You know, you just got to go and buy the episode.
It's not like the Walking Dead game. It's better than it.
The way how you buy it is like the Walking Dead game. It doesn't have any
zombies. That makes it incredibly good.
Oh, mister, I don't like zombies anymore. They're played. But yeah, they are played, though.
Okay, I was about to say, you can't look at me seriously and tell me that zombies aren't the most played out thing ever.
That's because we got the especially the America, got into a big zombie apocalypse craze.
Yeah.
Like and once we got into that phase, they just essentially was like, "Oh my God, cash cow, let's milk it."
Still not dead yet.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
It's not dead yet. They're still beating it like a dead horse. Just
I'm dead.
come on.
But
You can still give us some more.
Beat it like an undead horse.
Yeah, beat it like an undead horse.
beat it.
Nice.
Are any of you guys checking out the video?
Masturbation jokes.
I was gonna check it out after. But since we're coming up to a little bit, almost to an hour, I want to talk a little bit about actual movie that I've seen, which I saw it yesterday. It'll be Friday. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Anybody here a Planet of the Apes fan?
I was a Planet of the Apes fan when I was a kid.
Okay.
I did not like the concept.
You didn't like the concept?
Did not like the concept.
Were you afraid of it happening to you?
No. I just think it's incredibly stupid.
Hey,
You were
Andre.
just afraid of getting monkey spanked.
Yes.
Why
Yes, I am. I'm afraid of a thinking monkey.
Andre,
Well, why?
hey Andre, you breaking up a little bit.
It's not the thinking monkey people are afraid. Not thinking people are afraid of. What? Black. Also, trend.
Andre,
What's that, Andre? We can't hear you breaking up.
Well,
yeah.
the
I
special
can't hear
back.
any of you. You're all breaking up.
I don't think he notices that we don't.
He
I don't
probably
know.
hears us just fine, but we don't hear him at all.
Yeah. Trying to
I
send
know,
him.
that's even bad.
Looks like
Andre,
someone needs to
Andre.
climb a radio tower and change their reception, man.
Andre, you're breaking up. A lot. I think his Skype has McGregor syndrome. Or some type of other fake disease. Bat flu.
So anyway, like I was saying, I didn't like the concept.
All right.
Monkeys are
Basically, What I
evil.
was trying to say was that
Oh God, Andre, you're like really bad right now.
Oh, I'm just saying, like, what?
Hey,
Apparently,
Andre, the universe doesn't give a crap about your response. Stop talking.
it's not just that. But I think it's essentially, those people upstairs are like, oh my God, what are these people talking about? We need to stop this.
You gotta call him back. Because he was going on a tangent there. He's like
Yeah, he
going
was.
in. Yeah. He wanted to.
Alright, well, I hate to cut this short on my end, but it's time for me to head out.
Alright, well, give me one more second. We can go ahead and end it. I just wanted to say that Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, wow. Like, if they start with...
That good?
Yes, it's very good. Like, if they make it like a trilogy, kind of
Better
like,
than Godzilla good?
yes, it's probably better than Godzilla because you actually felt for not only the, the monsters or creatures, you also felt for the humans as well.
But you always feel for Godzilla. Godzilla brings
what?
the feels, man.
But
I've been
for,
hearing this quote all day, or all week, I should say, the whole better than Godzilla. Everybody I've talked to is like, yeah, Godzilla was awesome, but the one thing that I've been hearing recently was anybody who has seen the movie How to Train Your Dragon 2 have been saying it's better than Godzilla as well. Have you guys heard the same thing?
I have not, but I did hear that movie would be a really good one, so I can't say anything. I haven't seen it.
I heard How to Train Your Dragon 2 like kind of bombed in their openings and everything.
They might have, but then, I mean, there's just word of mouth is all I have to go on. But everybody I've been talking to is like, if you're gonna see a movie like this, you need to come see it.
Huh.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, we lost Andre completely, but pretty much, I'm just gonna say that if they make, they said that they're gonna make a third part, and based by the way the movie ended, I can see that happening a lot. But it's gotta lead up into the first Planet of the Apes, or pretty much going into that, because this movie was pretty much, think of every second movie in a trilogy, and this is that movie. Think of The Godfather 2, think of The Dark Knight, think of Terminator 2. Think of movies like that in really good trilogies. This has that potential to be that type of movie.
Like the movie X2, X-Men United?
Yes and no. Well, no. Yes, I will say yes, because X2 was better than 1 and whatever they did for 3. So, yes.
Okay.
I mean, what I'm saying is,
regardless of what those ones were, I wasn't that big of a fan of the 3 X-Men movies, but I did like what they did with X-Men First Class.
oh yeah. It's X-Men First
What
Class
about
was the
Days of
best
Futures
of the
Past,
series.
though?
Huh?
I haven't seen that yet, but I've been hearing it's really good.
Yeah, I heard that X-Men Days of Future Past was solid. It's just it gets you confused with the time continuity and everything like that.
I heard that they just hit the reset button on the universe.
They really did.
Which is okay. I'm fine with that.
It didn't help.
It didn't help that what?
Goodness. Stupid thing.
Okay. Well, pretty
Sorry.
much. Yeah.
My phone's arguing with me about something right now. I'm all on missing that one.
But pretty much no, not X-Men, but Days of Future Past, they said that it erased the X-Men Origins Wolverine and what happened in X3. So it's kind of weird, but...
Okay, so they didn't kill Jean Grey then.
Well, technically yes and technically no, but I'm not sure. See, it's weird because the next movie in the series, Apocalypse, is going to be based off of the 80s. So,
Yay, 80s magic. Can we get some montages?
Because it was acceptable in the 80s.
Let's bring some montages in, man.
It was acceptable in the 80s.
Oh, man. Magneto and Xavier giving Apocalypse the business.
Yeah, and getting heroin and everything like that.
Oh, man.
Yeah. But, let's go ahead and...
Is it just me and you now?
I do not know.
No, I'm still here.
Okay, you're still there? Okay.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah. This has been a very fun podcast, I have to say. So we're gonna go ahead and end it here. And so this has been the Backroom Crew. I've been your host, DB.
I'm speaking for Andre too. This is Andre and Wesley.
No, if you gotta do Andre, you gotta
I
be
don't have to
like,
speak for that douchebag.
you gotta be like, oh, I'm Andre. I don't like anything but like everything. Something like that.
Good night, y'all.
Yeah. All right. Good night, everybody.
All right.